Hello, this video is to show you guys how to replace a check strap, at least on the driver's side door of a 2018 Tesla Model 3. I'm pretty sure there hasn't been a change since they were first made, so pretty much any Model 3 as of 2023 probably works with the same video. And probably the Model Y is at least similar. So yeah, you've been driving your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y for 3.5 years, and it's just gone out of warranty by mileage, let's say, and you're like, oh, that clicking noise in the door, I didn't get it replaced under warranty, which you should definitely do if it's still under warranty. It's called the part that makes the noise is called a check strap. I'll show you the noise when we go out to the car. But let's say you didn't, and now it's time to replace it. Here's the part you need. So the part is 1809507-00-D for the Model 3 driver's side door. It looks like this out of the box. So yeah, it bolts to the door frame on this side, and then goes in and bolts to the inside of the door on the other side, and it's got these little detents to it that are quiet for a while, and then they start making noise. So let's take this out to the car. Change the lighting here. All right. This is a 2018 Model Y, about 110,000 miles on this car, and it makes that noise. Okay, so here's the check strap in place before we've replaced it. It's got a 13mm bolt holding it to the door frame here, and then it's got two 10mm bolts inside here holding it in. But of course it has to come out through the door. Luckily, underneath this panel there's a big speaker. You don't have to take all the interior stuff out. You pull the door panel, and we just take the speaker out, and then you can take out the part and replace it through the hole where the speaker was. So for tools, you're going to need a T30H Torx. I believe that's the number. Yeah, T30H Torx bit. I've got a tamper proof, but it doesn't need to be. It can be any T30. Something to pry with. Something not this sharp actually is better, but this is what I'm using. 13mm hand wrench. It's got to be a flat hand wrench because we're going to be getting in here. And then two sockets, deep or better, 8mm and 10mm. Something to twist them with. All right. So step one is going to be to take off the door panel, and the first step in that is to take off the speaker above the door panel. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try and pull this thing straight up. This is the speaker that goes above the door panel. It's on two clips. All you got to do is pull it, sort of flex it out a little, and then pull it straight upwards, and it pops off. It probably won't break because it's got these nice metal clips. Then the connector for the speaker, there's nothing to press. It's kind of a hard pull, so I'm going to put the camera down, but you basically just have to grab the base and pull it fairly hard straight. Let's try that. Okay, again, so yeah, I just yanked that straight out with no detent to press or anything, and set that off to the side. Push this maybe off to the side so it doesn't snag on anything. Next up, there's some panels, covers really you have to remove. There's one cover, well, as you can see we're looking at the door, right underneath the top of the door handle. You reach down towards the bottom, it just pops right up. Didn't break it or anything. That's one. Underneath it, there's one of those T30 Torx, way down there. There's a second one that doesn't have a cover in the center. That's there. And there's a third one behind this reflector. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the reflector off, and it's going to go flying. Oh, it didn't. And sure enough, where's the camera? One more T30 Torx. That's it for the T30 Torx. So let's go ahead and start taking those out. These are all three of these Torx bits are the same, so you don't have to keep track of what went and where. That's, I think, a win. I'm going to pause it here, and we're going to pop it off. Okay, so to pull the door panel off, what I did, and it seems to work fine, is I put a foot right here to hold. I get my fingers under the door panel here on the side, and then I kind of slide them down as far as I can. I just kind of pull. Sounds bad. I think there's only like 3 big pop panels. I think I got the first 2 there. And then I'm aiming for this last one, so I'll pull a little more. Boom, pop that out. Nothing broke, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so backing up a little. It's hard for me to get this whole thing in the camera view and still work on it. Pull that up, and we're just gonna flip it down because there's 2 things still connected. There's the wiring harness, and then there's the line for the manual door release. All right, so what we have underneath here is the inner door, and like I might have mentioned, we don't actually have to take that out. We're just gonna pull this speaker. Step 1, this does have a detent. Smush it, pull up, done. Speaker's disconnected. 3 8mm for pulling off the speaker. I'm just going to loosen each one. And down here, this is a, ooh, sorry. That's a 4th one. If you look close, it's, oh, sorry, it's 4. My bad. I keep saying 3 are holding the speaker, and there's 4. So you will be taking out 4 screws. And again, these are 8mm. As with the Torx, all 4 of these 8mm screws are the same. You don't have to worry about keeping track of what goes where. All right, now that they're unscrewed, the thing's still held in by these retention clips. So pop that up, and this one's kind of hard, but you pop that up, and the whole thing, I'm gonna take it out carefully, comes right out, and there you go. Speaker's out. I'm gonna set that over here. Okay, next up, we need to pull the check strap itself out, starting by taking this little rubber boot and just popping it off, exposing these 2 10mm screws. Actually, that wasn't quite the first step. First step is taking out the 13mm, which is, let's make sure I got a good view of it here for you. Right there. And you just stick a screw wrench on there, get it going. Again, no Loctite or anything, which is good. It didn't come loose on its own ever, so apparently no Loctite was needed. All right, next, this is a little more tricky. We're going to use a 10mm, and we're going to use it on the socket. This will be a lot easier if you have 2 hands, but there's 2 screws right here. One there, and then another one right here. Yeesh. All right, I'm on it. And I think I might have already cracked these loose earlier, just when I was prepping for this, and didn't retighten them. So you obviously have to pop them loose, but it was easy for me because I had already taken them off. I don't know what's going to happen when I pull it all the way off. I hope it doesn't fall down into the door somewhere. I'm trying to hold on to it so that doesn't happen. Oh, it fell. But it maybe, yeah, okay, so it did fall, but you can let it fall because it just drops down into the door here. I can almost reach it with my finger. Let's get the other one off. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, but I need both hands, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I got fat fingers, so I'm just gonna use a magnet to pick up these 2 screws that I dropped. Throw that in there. Okay, now we're ready to pull the check strap out. Just reach in here. Let's see. Oh, take the little guy off the front of it, and then up this check strap. Let's see what's going on with it. Doesn't look bad. It just looks marred. I guess the whatever, the plastic wears to the point that it makes a noise. It'll work forever. If you don't mind the noise, just don't even worry about it. But if you do, like me, Fuck you, loud check strap. All right. Now, coming back here. This is the new one. Okay, the first time I put this in, I put it in backwards, so don't get mad at yourself, or if you do that yourself, at least know you're not alone. So now I'm going to do this properly this time, hopefully, which is just basically put the check strap in. Try and get a little view there as I do it. As I do. All right. I think when it's installed properly, you'll see. Sorry, you'll see that it kind of looks like that. So you can put it in upside down, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm going to pause it right here to put on the 10mm screws. I'm not going to go ahead and tighten them all. Actually, what I'm going to do first, I think, take that back. I'm going to just start attaching the 13mm screw by hand. You can run it almost all the way down. Okay. And now I'm going to pause it to put the 10mm screws on, and we'll tighten everything up. And of course I did forget something. Of course. You get to watch me do this twice. Right, so this has to go on, I believe like this, with the shorter side towards you. You could spin it around, put it on backwards, but it's all good. And then I'll just fidget this back in place one more time. Hopefully I'm not getting too terrible of a view for you guys. All right, almost there. Please hold. Please hold. All right, 13 mil. Okay, so again, what I'm doing, just getting this 13mm hand tight, and I'll slide this seal over, and yeah, I'm gonna put the two 10mm screws on in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, 10mm screws are being tightened up. As you can see, it's pretty easy to do if you have a deep 10mm socket. Get them nice and snug. This side is tight. I'm going to just pull the seal over. It's truly not much of a seal, but it looks rad. And get in your home. Don't be too good for your home. Okay, cool. It's all hooked in there as it belongs. Okay. Once again, last thing, 13mm screw needs to be tight, so let's make it that way. All right, at this point you probably don't even need to watch the rest of the video, but I'll go ahead and film myself putting it back together just for fun. All right, so that's in place. Check strap's in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the speaker in. Connector goes up. Again, it's got these four whatchamacallit. It's also got these pins to align it. So I kind of do the top first. I slide the alignment pins in, and well, and then get it underneath both of those, and then the ones on the bottom side are cake, yo. Gonna go ahead and put the 4 8mm screws in. Hold my thumping 7-inch speaker in place. Where's that last one? There it is. And honestly, I'd normally just do this with a electric screwdriver, or a sonic screwdriver. But for YouTube's sake, I'll use some nice hand tools. By the way, if you have a 1/4 inch like everybody always sells 3/8" ratchet socket sets, and they're great, but I find that 99% of the stuff I want to do, I can do with a 1/4" drive, and it fits into infinity more places. Okay, so snap that in place. Okay, that's all good. Next step, and unfortunately I can't film this, is I got to, I'm just going to flip this up, and I'm going to sort of hang it on this door sill, and then it flips down and pops in. We're popping in. Oh, that one. What are we popping into here? Oh, okay. So actually, these came out. I'm gonna have to pull these out and put them back in place down here. I don't know if you can see that well. Is that true? You know what? Let me pause it and find out. Hold on. Okay, so here we go again with installing the inner door panel, or the main door panel. It's got, it's likely to be the most frustrating part of this job, if there is a frustrating part. And so let's talk about it for a second here. You've got these two pokey things. They're going to pop into these two points. And then you've got 1, 2, and I'll talk about what that is in a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 different extra places where you gotta pop it in, poppy things. So down here, when I took it apart, two of these 7 didn't come out right, and they popped free from the door panel. And so you can get the light here. You can see that this guy here doesn't have one in it, and I went ahead and pulled this one out and snapped it in to check. So if that happens, you can use different tools. I happen to have a pretty good panel puller, so I'm going to go ahead and use that and just get it in there, and it'll pop out. And I didn't break it, yay! And it fits down in this slot like this, and snap it in place. Okay, that's back. That's back to be ready. So once again, the overall plan here is I'm going to flip this door panel up. I'm going to hang it on this sill, and then I'm going to kind of bring it back down like this and pop all the door panels in place. Okay, so we're going to this thing. We're going to flip it up, and then I'm going to hang it on this door sill, or this window sill. Hangs pretty easy. And then we're just going to look underneath here, make sure we're lined up, and pretty straightforward. And that's it. You know you're done because all these Torx bits line up with their holes. Okay. Okay, and then the Torx T30 Torx screw right here gots to go in. Sometimes I finger tighten all these things and then tighten them all down once they're all started. Everything lines up so well on this car. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten that down. Take the opportunity to not forget to put this clip in, which I think just kind of slides. Actually, it goes in, and then the whiter half snaps in place. Next one is this guy down here. No idea if you can see this or not. Hopefully you can. Oh, here, let me back up. There you go. Tightening it down, and again, no cover on that one. Last one. Last Torx bit. I think I can put that in place by hand. Get that started. And okay, nice and tight. We've got a little reflector here. Let's put that in. It snaps in. These two things on the sides are what hold it in, so you can pretty much just push it straight in there. And there's that. Geez, I think we're done. Oh, no, never mind. We've also got the speaker. This speaker actually popped out of here on me when I first took it apart. Luckily, nothing broke, so I just snapped it back in. See if we can do this with one hand. Connector, speaker, snapped in, heck yeah. All right, and then we're just gonna, again, this kind of comes in at a slight angle because it's got a lip under here, but it mostly just goes straight down, and that's not how it goes. I got one of the two clips. Oh, but see how it hooks on this white thing? That gotta happen. Okay, so try that a second time. Pushing it in and pushing down, that is beautiful. It's in there. Ooh, I got a little snag. Okay, that's it. That's the whole job. What does it sound like? Closed. Oh, I feel so special. All right, hope this works for you guys. Thanks.